What the jack is up, everybody? Jando here, back at it again with another video. Thought I'd use this video to discuss this fantastic post on the Maple Story subreddit addressing key issues for GMS that just weren't addressed in the last Inkwell note. And look, the latest Inkwell note was my first one. Never experienced them before. But just reading back, going through all of the past ones, this latest one definitely missed the mark. Like, it does seem that GMS is very hyperfixated on classic world, and they seem to be foregoing everything else just so classic world can be the best product. And it's been in development for like 2 years or some shit. Anyway, let's go through. I'll give you my thoughts on what I think about this post. Uh, Scroll down to the first one. RNG trusted at all-time low, 100%, with both the arcane boxes and star spec boxes being nerfed. And even if the community was coming together with all this data saying, yes, it's true. And then I think like Nexon did respond, like the initial one. Like they said that star forcing was working as intended. It's like we see nothing weird about this. But then we have like that, there's this been one clip circulating where they failed. No, they boomed their item and got that protected like 8, 9 times in a row. Statistical anomaly. So look, KMS has public rates, and like with their API, they also have their rates that constantly update. They have their target and they have their actual, which is, dude, let's have that in GMS. That'd be fantastic. Everyone would love that. It's a win. So the fact that these are still like this is still a running issue where we just don't know if the rates listed are correct or not. It's like, what do we do? The worst is, oh my god, familiars. I have hit 14 out of 14 way too much. When statistically going beyond 5 is like already you're reaching it. So yeah, look, do better. That's it. And speaking of doing better, where the fuck is our unified cash shop? I look, I came back to the game. I didn't understand the how big this was. Then I looked back to see what this was announced in KMS, and everyone was pogging off. And the fact they've come to our patch in GMS with no mention of it, no words, even not even a little trinket. Like, look, I expect that it's still being cooked. It is still being added to the game. There is just issues with it being added to Heroic Worlds. That's like my hot take. It's not even that hot. It's like it's my cope take. I'm coping about this because I think this would be a fantastic addition to the game. And look, between this issue and now not releasing this, there is a lot of bad faith between Nexon and the players. Nexon, they take like one step forward and then like 2 steps back, like one good step in the direction, but they love to fumble it. They really love to just fumble it. So I think this would be just an absolute boon in this game. I'd probably spend more if I wanted to spend on the what's it called, the boss sets and the class sets. I wanted to buy those, but I don't want to put like I got like 3 Secret Knights. What would do with the other three? Like the other 2 things you get from the box or some shit. Rather put it on another character rather than on characters I don't play. They've just lost me from spending $50 more. But to be fair, if they don't do this, and I want to play out the characters to like 275 or two, I want to get this character 285. You think I'm gonna do that without a back pet? Like, am I really gonna spend $100? Or maybe I just wait. Maybe I just I protest. I won't spend money on this game unless they introduce Universal Cash Shop. And I say that, and I'm about to buy the Genesis Pass on my Hardo. Ugh. See, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You're either in or you're out. Regardless, they should bring back like 100%. Just give us some dialogue. Just and look, the worst of it all, like if they're afraid of bringing this out because it will ruin their bottom line, ruin their revenue stream, this is their fault. They refuse to give players items in the game they'll actually pay money for. Terrible surprise style boxes. They refuse to monetize the familiar system in a meaningful way. If they added uh, familiar anvils to the game, where you could just customize whatever familiar you had with any other familiar, and then they could release unique familiars in the shop with these anvils. Look at that. $1 million a month idea. Like, it would generate so much money. Because I know there's been issues where some players have familiars that are just way too fucking loud, and there's no settings in the sound to actually turn off familiar sound effect. But now you can be like, cool, there's a problem. Well, first I should just fix that. But now you can go out the Maple world, hunt down familiars you actually want. But the familiars, like, I've had this idea ever since familiars came out, fucking in 2020. Yeah, it was about 20, fuck, it was 2019, I think, when they came out. Goodness me. Yet they refuse to even entertain this idea of being able to have an anvil system. Anyway, look, they're dropping the ball, especially with the API. We have so many nerds in GMS that just love mathing it out. There are so many companion websites you can use MapleStory, like Maple Hub. Maple Scatter is one of the best things ever made. And yeah, I don't know why they haven't made this. This is 100% an L. Like, give us some words on why. It's like the silence just leads us to catastrophize on why you aren't doing this, and then we just lose more faith into the company. All right, enough ragging on next. Let's actually talk about a massive W, the rental system. This was a huge boon, even if you only get 24 hours for the items, which is a bit of a pain point if you can't invest time into the game. Just having the sheer fact of this being in the system, banger choice. Being able to buy a raw for, buy a cont for, being able to. Oh, this is even good. This just appeared in my game. They did a cute little reminder that events are ending. How nice of them. All right, another W. All right. All right, yeah. But increasing it to 3 days, or even expanding it to include a drop gear set / mezzo set, will help alleviate some of the pain points of the game. Like imagine if you start grinding, like out of the gate, you can immediately get max mezzo, max item drop. And then the initial, like, what, maybe 10, 20 hours of farming, where you need to get resources so you can actually make your own, completely nullified. At the very least, adding the current rental system did make getting to bosses easier, because you just need what? To clear C10, you just needed, with Challenger gear, you just needed a legendary emblem and secondary. That was really it. Your Gucci and everything else. Like, that's fantastic addition. Keep it up. I hope it's brought back and it's improved upon. But as we get down further, they don't like improving on events they release. But before we get into Ride or Die, let's talk about events and progressing through events. This is why the game is a marathon, is because these events are too far in between. What am I saying? They're not enough. There needs to be more. Because the main issue with this is that not only do you have to not use and interact with these systems that generate a lot of dopamine and a lot of fun and enjoyment out of the game, because you're tapping, there's a chance it could boom, there's a chance you could send it and you hit. But after you save all this money for like 3 to 4 months and you spend it all, the amount of fatigue and like the post-event coma you get into, you just don't want to play the game anymore. It's like, damn, I did all that just for this. What do I do next? It can kind of, like, it causes an issue that can make or break a player's ability to continue to play this game. Like, these events actively will decide if this person's going to play more or not. And ideally, you want people to stick around. And having these events so infrequent means they won't stick around. Like, it takes a certain mental and a certain, I want to say, autism to actually play this game. And their suggestion of, oh yeah, we'll fix this. We'll add that KMS event that they're adding in Challenger World 3 to the game, but we'll do it in June. Why? Why not now? What's preventing you from doing it now? Why? And then look, for cube sales, firmly believe both Sunday Star Force and cube sales should happen every second Sunday. Then every other Sunday should be like an EXP event. Rune Sundays plus Monster Park Boons, and then once a month throw in like a Mag Soul event and Inner Ability event. Done. You're gonna drive traffic up for every Sunday. Everybody has something to look forward to on each Sunday. And look, if you can't make one Sunday, cool. I just gotta wait 2 weeks, and boom, I can tap again, or I can roll again. And it will lower the burden of people having this fatigue of having to gather so much resources and then literally spend the entire day clicking buttons. Because it takes so long, especially if you don't have the MVP boon of being able to do 3 at a time. The shit takes so long to use money. So long. It's like what? I want to say like you can go through like maybe 50 cubes a minute. And if you have 3,000, 10,000 cubes, yeah, look, you're going to be there for a long fucking time. But if you have it every 2 weeks, at most people could have maybe like look at the top end, 90 to 130 bill, maybe 150 bill if you're a real sweaty, and those at the bottom, you're at least going to be able to get at least 30 bill in those 2 weeks, and be able to spend 30 bill every 2 weeks. You're making consistent gains. Look, it's just they need to fix this issue of having to wait around. 100%. With familiars, I think it's so close to being a fantastic system. So close. First, the quality of life buffs to make sure like you're in that UI as low as possible. There doesn't need to be this delay where you have to watch the animations go. I'd also increase the bag size for every like you don't. Why is there 100 per character? And why is it $1 for 5 more slots? That ain't right. That ain't right. Again, I think they talk about sounds here as well. Familiar sounds, yeah. 100% needs their own sound. I think Expedition is a pretty good addition to the game. You just need to add more fragments. I like the idea of adding chains of chains of res- cores. Add more cores to interactive. Oh, of course, the unique ID. That's so fucking annoying. I have like 10 slots filled with you have like what? You have ride or die waps. You have familiar waps. Then you have your normal waps. Like what is this? But yeah, being able to just upgrade easier. And also go further by adding in just make familiars account wide. Make it like Links and Legion. We have familiars for our entire account. It'll make things much easier. And of course, add blue cards to the game. Even with like more fragments, yes, more blue cards. You don't even have to make it cost so make it cost familiar points. That way we can just and also make extracting easier. For extracting, we have to put the familiar cards into the UI. Then we're going to select them all. Then we're going to extract. Why can't we just extract directly from popping the familiar cards? Like there is so much quality of life they can do to this game, and I feel like they're just waiting, sitting on their hands, be like, all right, once our our image is like in the gutter, we'll release these things to like clean it up. Maybe that's why they're uh, delaying Unified Cash Shop. Maybe they're also delaying this shit because they they had no good news to tell, and they wanted to uh, with the drama with Maple Story Idol. They're like, no, we can't have more bad press. So let's just go with uh, a simple, a rather nothing burger of a Inkwell note. So they're not even more mad with us. That's just me also coping. All right, mystery suspect box. Honestly, excuse that pause. Honestly, with Star Spec box, uncap it. Just 100% just uncap this. Having a cap just puts a burden on players who can't farm 10 boxes a day. I 100% agree with this. And exactly, just remove the cap. Like, what if we can only do big hours on one day? Like, having to consistently cap I also like this idea where it's like, yeah, lower cap after 10, even better. Like, this is 100%. Just uncap it. And I think even if you just uncap it, that would also just borderline, it may just solve the system. I think. I'm also coping. Again, pitch whisper crystals, same thing. Like, it's it's good. It's a good system, but add some more. Like, give us a little bit more. Agreed with this, 100%. As I said, they really love this game being a year-based marathon. It should be a month-based marathon. I haven't really fucked with this system, but from reading over it, it seems ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Finally, the frag issue. I've spoken about this, and it's like this is absurd. You need to farm 6 hours a day for that's like 10, 11 months, and then you'll be able to cap out just on one character. Jesus Christ! But yeah, agree with this. Agree with this 100%. Yep, agree with that. Like, and of course, this is a big one as well. Like, why can we not trade frags? 100%. I'd even go a bit further by adding elite bosses and mobs who drop at least one soul order. Have it like capped maybe so runes of darkness don't like inflate it. But they need to address this or like do something for reboot because it is like look they've clearly decided that reboot servers are unique to GMS. Like heroic is a unique system, but now you need to cater the gameplay loop for your most popular server. Well, you shouldn't like even like oh my god, I saw the Erda booster. That thing is fucked. Let me see if we can bring it up in game. Like I didn't even realize this was even a thing. And even this thing is, I think this is unhinged. Boost, look at this thing. $30 for a week. Oh no, it is okay. $30 for a month, even though that's incredibly heinous. And I think you get like 40 frags a week extra. So I can get 2 hours of farming for free a week. But that is if I cap every day. You can't miss a day. I think this is very out of touch. Like you're pricing people out of it because it's 30k an X. Like I could get a Genesis pass, and I think that gives you more value for your account than this does. That's crazy. Just make this $5. Make this the same as every other gacha daily pass. People have been, oh, there's a certain word I'm looking for, trained. Like there are more. There's a lot of interesting marketing data out there about having like a ladder system of being able to pay like buy-in, and GMS refuses. I think Nexon as a whole because they're like they pioneered microtransactions, but then they never improved upon other people improving upon it. And look, it's both microtransactions are very extremely toxic, especially when you're paying for power. But at the same time, you're a business, you need to make money. So make them user friendly, so at least they buy more of it. There's no like look, cosmetics probably are the best way to go about with quality of life, with making money. Shit like the Genesis Pass and VAC pets, it's a grey area, but they're so good. I honestly would make it easier to be able to buy these as well. Like give players a way to actually get NX and Maple points without having to pay, so these become reasonable. Sure, you make it harder and a little, not extremely tedious, but just make it approachable for new players to be able to like, cool, I want to grab a backpack because you kind of need these if you want to grind past 260. Like they're a necessity. All right, let's get out of here. We have one more topic to talk about, and we can wrap the video up. I think it's one more topic. Boom. Bring this back up. Into our spot. Ride or die. This event is this the pendulum of this event being really good and really bad. It's like if you're a new player, if you're weak, even if you're in the mid game, like I consider this Adele to be mid game, low frag investment, and I can do X difficulty on this character. It's so frustrating. If you're in this boss for like more than 5 minutes, especially if you get like the healing debuff, where the fucking summon heals the boss. Yeah, if you can't do this within like maybe one or two, like one instant, one burst combo, like this event is toxic. It is one of the most frustrating events I've ever played in this game. And this is the third iteration of it. The third. And it hasn't been improved upon. Yeah, yeah, that's all I have to say about this. And then like the rewards, they get like Cold Feet, where they added the purple badge last event, but not this event. But yeah, I don't know why they don't add quality of life. Like you don't like at the end of the day, you don't know what Nexon GMS has to deal with, what rules they have to follow, what prevents them from being able to communicate properly, and like what rules that they have to be beholden to. Like as a player, we're also a little jaded because it happens so much and it's so common. You should expect it. You just don't know the inner workings. Like for us, it's like, oh, so easy. Just do this, just do that. It's so simple. Look, I will say the one boon out of Ride or Die, it is the only event in this event season that had frags as a reward. Only one. I wonder if it states it here where Solido fragments, there should be more in events. Like they actually didn't add it here, I think. But there should be more frags in heroic events. Q prices. This also was an interesting one. Oh, actually, there's more Ride or Die. But yeah, look. Uh, biggest one. Yeah, the gameplay loop needs to be buffed because it's like if you don't have max ascent, max burst, or an origin, and with cooldowns not being reduced, it's just a again, it's tedious. And I'll end it at that. It's just tedious. All right, and for cube prices, I agree with this. There is just pricing in general. Uh, if you play KMS and like from the US or like I think especially from the US, your money goes so much further. Like they don't discount items. Like if something is 2k NX in KMS, it's 2k NX in America. And you can buy less NX. Well, $2 USD will buy more KMS. I don't know what I'm saying. Look, you get the idea. They don't change the store prices. They'll just port something over. Like the Genesis badge. Sorry, this Genesis pass. It was 30k NX in KMS. It's going to be 30k NX in GMS. But it will be cheaper in KMS. I guess that's the price of having to play the global version, I guess. Alright, is that it? Is there anything else? Alright, look, I am contributing. This is me doing it. I've done it. Cool. And let's actually see some comments. OpenAIM API, agree. It's pinned, yes. Crossword bossing would be kind of nice. Just gives more playability. I know Hyperion is dead or dying. I don't know much about that though. What else? What else? What else? Also, another big W is just that Twin Tina was a great event. I hope it comes back and it's unchanged because like it's still kind of perfect. What else? What else? Don't mind me just skim reading. Alright, I don't think there's much else that I'm just going around in circles. This video is already long enough. Yes! Bring back purple badges. Half my characters have legacy gear. Unfair advantage. I'm curious, how would they actually bringing back legacy gear? How can you do that in a meaningful way? Because we have, so it's like Legion pieces, which is kind of being resolved, like Ride or Die. There is I know there was a flammable totem, and there's also badges. So, and in addition, like Wonder Road, this is interesting as well. Are we just gonna get more ways to be able to buy? Let me actually remove the screen. I'll remember this time. Wonder Road Heart, we have no idea if this will be acceptable or tradable with the Plasma Heart. So it's like, they release Plasma Hearts, cool. Half the characters can't actually get it because they have a Wonder Road Heart. But at the same time, if you have a Wonder Road Heart, you've been playing long enough, they should probably have a TC by now, or a billion Black Hearts. So this may just be an L for me, because I quit for 5 years. Badges though, like, just bring them back. Just like you've separated from KMS. You don't need to be beholden by them. Just bring it back. Or fuck it, just make all badges potable. You know how pog that would be? We need people have been asking for more damage in heroic service. Just make badges potable. That'd be incredible. Could you imagine a 3-line Genesis badge? It also won't annoy those who already have Genesis badges and be like, damn, I now need to get this event badge. That's only slightly better. I think that's all their only legacy gear. Just totems and badges. Oh yeah, there's also the another point of legacy gear. Where is it? Yeah, the Sweetwater pendants. This couple legacy gear. uh, at the very least, there are better alternatives, or going to be better, with like the new set effects, like the Dawn set. All right, I think I'm done yapping. Thank you all for watching. If you stuck around this long, incredible. I haven't made this the duration of a baby WAP, but hey, it's close enough. So, as always, thank you all for watching, and go check yourselves. Catch you all next time.